Okay, so today we're really diving deep into something pretty fascinating in the AI world. It's all about teaching AI to reason more effectively. And, it's not just about making AI like quote unquote smarter.
Right.
It's about tackling those logical errors, the ones even we humans make.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've got these two research papers, and they're really interesting.
Okay.
The first one is called Let's Verify Step by Step. Pretty straightforward title. And it's from OpenAI.
Oh, those are the ChatGPT and Dolly folks, right?
That's right. So they're looking at how to make AI better at solving those multi-step problems. Think those, seriously tricky math problems.
The ones that trip you up even if you think you're good at math.
Exactly. Then there's this other paper with, well, it's a bit of a mouthful.
Let me guess. Something about algorithms and networks.
You got it. A search without expansions. Learning heuristic functions with deep Q networks.
Catchy. We'll have to break that one down for sure.
We will. But basically, it's all about making AI problem solving crazy efficient, especially when there are tons of possibilities.
Like trying to find the best move in a chess game.
Exactly like that. And that's what we're here to figure out today, how these approaches work and why they should matter to anyone, even if they aren't, coding AI themselves.
It's about the bigger picture of how AI thinks, right?
Exactly. So have you ever heard the term AI hallucinations?
I have. It always makes me think of AI going rogue, like in a sci-fi movie.
Well, it's not quite that dramatic.
Yeah.
But imagine this, you're making a cake with a friend, right? And they decide to just toss in a handful of chili flakes, even though it's not in the recipe.
Interesting cake. But yeah, not exactly what you'd expect.
Right. That's kind of like AI hallucinating. It comes up with things that, well, don't quite follow the logical recipe, so to speak.
And in those situations, how's AI supposed to solve problems correctly?
That's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's where that first paper, Let's Verify Step by Step, comes in.
Okay, so what are they suggesting?
Well, they're all about this idea of process supervision. Basically, it's like, imagine your teacher telling you, hey, show your work.
Don't just give me the answer. Show me how you got there.
Exactly. It's about making sure the AI is not just getting the right answer by chance, but that it's actually using a sound process to get there.
Makes sense. Like, you might get lucky with a guess once, but a reliable process, that's what leads to consistent results.
Right. And this isn't just about making AI more trustworthy. It's about making it a better learner overall.
Interesting. How so?
Well, OpenAI, they found that process supervision, this idea of showing the work, it actually beats the traditional way of just checking the final answer.
You mean it actually learns better when it has to explain its reasoning?
Exactly. It's like that old saying, show your work. It applies to AI too, apparently.
Yeah.
So process supervision, that's all about making sure AI shows its work.
Right, like giving it that extra nudge towards transparency.
Exactly. But there's this other cool approach to making AI reasoning even better, and it's all about efficiency.
Okay, I like where this is going.
So think of it like this. You're trying to find the absolute best route on a map,
And
right?
trying to outsmart the traffic apps.
Exactly. You could spend like forever checking every single road and every little side street.
Yeah, no one has time for that.
Exactly. And that's where this thing called Q-search comes in.
Q-search. It sounds kind of sci-fi, like something out of Star Trek.
Well, it's pretty futuristic, actually. Imagine having this, like, navigation superpower.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
It's like, instead of getting bogged down with all the possibilities, Q-search helps AI zero in on that best path without wasting time on dead ends.
So it's like AI getting a crash course in efficiency.
Exactly. But how does it actually do that?
Well, it uses these things called deep Q networks, or DQNs for short.
DQN's got it. And those are...
Think of it like this. Imagine a DQN is learning to play a video game, right? It doesn't have to try every single button combination to figure out the best strategy.
That would take forever.
Right. Instead, it learns to predict which actions will get it the highest score, the fastest.
So it's like learning to strategize, but super efficiently.
Precisely. And that makes it really good at dealing with situations where there are tons of choices, like navigating a busy city or, like you said, finding the best route on a map.
That's wild. So we've got process supervision, which is all about making AI reasoning transparent and logical.
And now we've got Q-search, which is all about making that reasoning lightning fast.
Exactly. Two different approaches, but both tackling this idea of better AI reasoning.
And the best part is they could actually work together, right? Like, imagine combining the step-by-step approach of process supervision with the speed of Q-search. That could be really powerful.
It'd be like having, like, A superpowered architect who not only designs amazing buildings, but also makes sure every single detail is perfect and does it all crazy fast.
Exactly. As we learn more about AI, I think we'll find even more ways to combine these kinds of approaches.
Finding that sweet spot between accuracy and efficiency.
Exactly.
It's like we're giving AI the best of both worlds,
Yeah.
Like that precision, that attention to detail, but then, bam, the speed too.
And that's what makes this whole field so exciting, right? I mean, we're constantly finding those new ways to make AI even more powerful.
So where does all this lead us? Like, what's the bigger picture when we talk about this better AI reasoning?
Well, imagine a world where AI is helping us solve those really complex problems, The big ones, like coming up with new medical treatments or even like tackling climate change.
But for that to happen, we need AI that we can really trust, right? Not just smart, but reliable.
Exactly. It's like you wouldn't want to get in a self-driving car if you weren't sure it could, make good decisions on the road.
It all comes down to trust. So all this research, the process supervision, the Q search, it's laying the groundwork for that future where AI is a force for good, right?
Precisely. And I think it's important to remember, this is just the beginning, As we keep digging into this whole AI reasoning thing, we're going to find even better approaches.
This deep dive has been amazing. We've covered so much ground from AI hallucinations to, well, making AI think better.
And honestly, we've just scratched the surface, right?
Totally. But it's an exciting time to be exploring AI, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So here's something to think about. As you go about your day, imagine how could AI, with these really advanced reasoning skills, how could it actually change your life? What problems could it solve for you? What new things could you do?
Now, that is something to think about. This deep dive into AI reasoning has been incredible. It's shown us that the future's brimming with potential, and honestly, I can't wait to see what breakthroughs are coming next. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep exploring.